Coming up in this week's video, best Monday club excuses that you've ever heard, a couple of question and answers. Some of them I won't read out, suitable for YouTube. Welcome to the video, folks. So this week is Saturday, 2nd of September. I'm here at the South Build and we're loading out. Well, I'm not, Terry's loading out and Eric's loading out, but I will be helping them shortly after this intro. So this week I'm going to run you through the plate lift and what we've got coming into next week, because we've got to get this ready for the roof. And later on in the video I'm going to go through the best Monday club excuses that you've ever heard, which have kindly been put on the community tab of my YouTube page. So if you want any added, stick them in there and I'll cover them in another video. And also a couple of question and answers that have been posted in there as well. But anyway, first things first, the plate lift we are preparing for at Highworth on the South Build. And this week's video, sponsored by Brick Jackets. Well, it's not sponsored by Brick Jackets, but I've got a lot of time for Joe. I've met him a couple of times now. He kindly gave me this t-shirt at the Guild of Bricklayers final. He's got a fantastic product, so help a brother out, a fellow businessman, and I'll put a link to Brick Jackets website in the description. Get yourself over there. Winter's coming, although it's been pretty bad all this year anyway. So get yourself some Brick Jackets and support British brands. So anyway, the plate lift, let's have a little look and a little run through of what's going on here. We've had some bricks delivered, some blocks delivered. We're up on the loading bay and I'll take you through what we've got to get ready for Monday. Basically Monday, Tuesday we get this up to plate, and we got roof trusses coming the following week. So once it's up to plate, scaffold's got to go up and then we're done. So let's have a quick tour, shall we? Eric's loading out the bricks. You can see he's got the stacks set out. I don't know what we've got, maybe 15 courses of bricks to top of frame. Just quickly set the windows out. So bedroom at the front there, 2 bedrooms at the front, little bathroom window here. That's my main bedroom window there, and this roof truss is eventually going to go through that door for the abutment for the trays going up and down. So we're going to have a little bit of a load out now. Terry wants to do the block work from inside on the floor just so we can keep it nice and plumb, so the dry liners don't moan, but it's pretty much good to go. So the window frame on this one is a bit deeper, but the rest of them are all 1200. So what's that, 4 course of blocks, 1200, 5 course of blocks or whatever to lintel, and then lintels on, and course of blocks across the back of the lintel, and that's it. That's all we've got. So Terry has kindly cut the tree down. I bought my secateurs here this morning and Terry had already done it. So this tree was overhanging, it was virtually in here. You can see all the debris from there last time, but now it's gone. So when we raise the scaffolding again, we will obviously reduce this canopy out of the way. So we're going to get rid of these blocks, clear the loading bay, a little bit of space on the loading bay, and then we can carry on bumping out later on today when the forklift driver has gone. So you can see the garage trays are in. Let's have a little look at them. So none of this has been cleaned yet, lads. We don't lose your shit. It's all right. So the cavity step trays, they're gone in all the way down. So we'll obviously clean them out. You can see a couple down that end just by the radio. We've got a few more to go on there. Let's have a look at the old bay window tray, shall we? Someone said I should be using fully welded lead ones. I don't know what people's thoughts are on that, but very expensive to do. But as you can see, or maybe you can't see, you might be able to. So this tray is then captured by the other tray below it, so it's a completely concealed unit now. Obviously these trays have got to be cleaned at some point, but the scaffold's only just gone up, so we'll give everything a good rattle. So again, you can see down the bottom, this tray stops here, and then there's another catchment tray below that stopping any water coming in the side. So nice uniform cavities. We took the brickwork one higher out the back, or Terry did, because that's the window height. So a few more blocks to bump out. Leave Eric a couple of stacks, a couple of packs of bricks on the loading bay, and then we're good to go. So we've got 3 gables on here. We've got one on one gable end as you normally would, and then on this end where the trees are is a little what's called a Dutch hip, so it goes up into a gable and then squares off, and then we've got a little feature gable on the front, and we've also got back boxes and swift boxes to go in as well as part of the planning, because we're in like a woodland. Part of the planning condition is look, you have to install a certain amount of swift boxes and a certain amount of back boxes, and that is like literally a planning condition. You have to comply with that, and you have to use a specific product, and then at the end, when you want to discharge that condition, you will have to provide photographic evidence to the planners and documentation showing you've used the right product and you've installed them. So, but I actually think they look kind of nice, and it breaks up the features. There's a nice little feature to break up the plainness of certain things, and to be honest, I like a bit of wildlife. It's partly why I wanted to live here. So I'm going to get a woodpecker, my own personal woodpecker. Well, it'll probably drive me mad. But anyway, we're going to have a load out now. I'm going to help these boys. How many bricks in odd, Eric? 12. 12. It's funny because I have to actually tell people that. Okay. You can tell how good, you can tell how experienced people are by whether they can put all the bricks on their shoulder. And Eric, did that go smoothly? You don't want to talk on the camera. No. Don't worry, mate. You can't be seen, Eric. Spin around, spin around. Oh, get the sack. I'm too slow, aren't I?
You went the long way round, mate.
How many do we need here, Eric?
I haven't worked that side out. They need 75 a stack.
How many?
75, those 5 there.
This is a gable end here, isn't it? So a few more on there.
75.
Do you reckon I'd make the grade, Eric, or not?
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Cheers, mate. See, I still got it. I still got it. Well, not sure I ever had it. He always seems to be the order every time I come up here, Terry.
I know, it's so going on here, isn't it?
So blockwork's pretty much loaded. We're going to need some more blocks on the outside for when we go across the lintel, and then when we're on this gable end. So gable end, gable at the front, and then a gable on this end. Yeah, I think there's a gable on that one. Yeah, there is. There's the gable on that end, and a bird box above that in the gable end. I might put a little header course up the gables or something like that. I'm not sure yet. Oh, this is the water bowser that I was on about, like I mentioned last week. So that's the 1,000 litre water tank. Get one of them, 75 quid to fill it up. Got one booked for Monday. They're whizzing, fill it up first thing Monday morning, and that'll do us. And then we're all systems go. So I'm just going to clear these bricks off the loading bay, and then we can get another couple of packs up here, and we can leave Eric to it. Right, loading bay is cleared. So I've loaded out a few odds of bricks with Eric, and Terry's going to lift up a couple more packs of bricks on the loading bay. Eric will finish that off, and then we're good to start loading out on Monday. So quick little run through. It's not rocket science. You guys will all know what's going on. So, you know, we've got some bricks through the gable ends. All the blocks are inside. We need some blocks to go across the lintel eventually when they're on. So the truss will get moved over to the abutment. Whiz this gable end in, scaffold will go up. We'll reduce this tree a little bit more. Other than that, we're nearly at plate. So I don't think I'm going to be quite in time to cover this floor in the dry, if I'm perfectly honest. I think I had 62 days or 42 days, whatever the rules were. But you'd like to think it'd be a bit drier this time of year. But no such joy. It's been an absolutely horrendous year in terms of weather. But I'll at least be in the dry by the end of September easily. So I'm going to poke my head in downstairs and see if we can have a little tour there. But yeah, let's see if we'll see if it's light enough. Let's have a look, shall we? Right, obviously entrance into the hallway here. So stairs will be going up along this wall here. That door there goes into my old lounge, into that section, and then you come through this door, through this little hallway section, and this will be my kitchen area over here on the left hand side, and then obviously down the other end, so it might be a bit better this end, and then the other end will be my sort of dining area, snug area. Not really entirely sure what I'm going to do. This is the door that I was in two minds about keeping. So this is the living room, so I'm not sure whether to fill this doorway in and have some sofas against it with the TV on the wall, or whether to have this door open. Comment below, let me know what you think. What I am possibly thinking about doing is having double sliding doors, pocket doors. One will be hidden in this wall, and one will be hidden in this wall, and then you can open them up. And I'm possibly thinking about making them glass, so you've got the best of both worlds. So I'm going to have an island in the middle here, roughly where the little pile of rubbish is, And then we come through into the utility room in here. So you can't quite see it at the moment, but you can see where the drainage is there. Towards the front is a toilet, and then this is where the utility room sink will be, and then go through this door into my garage, into my integral garage. So the posi joists are all on now, as you can see. So you can see the glue coming through, as I mentioned in the previous video. So the warranty providers like to see glue coming through all the joints, onto all the joists, all the way through, and that's a requirement of the installation guide for the truss, for the joist, and for the warranty provider as well. But as you can see with a posi joist, if you've got services running through these now, it's going to be a whole lot easier. Right, so I'm off to do a little bit of filming for someone else now, and then later on I'll be going through the best Monday Club members excuses that you guys have put on my community page. There's some absolute crackers, so I'll see you then. Welcome back to the video. It's Sunday, it's 11:10, so I've got to get this done, watch the Grand Prix, and then watch the mighty Arsenal stuff Man United. So this part of the video, sponsored by Stabila. Well, it's not, again, it's just a t-shirt that they kindly give me at the Super Trout competition. So thanks for the Stabila lads, a couple of great lads. Maybe we could do a giveaway of some description. So anyone that wants to do sort of product development or product testing or anything like that, maybe we could do a bit of a review and give it away to the viewers. But anyway, this part of the video is where I go through the best excuses that you've heard for the old Monday Club members. So we know it's rife in the industry. We know, you know, everyone has a heavy Sunday and don't come in on a Monday, and it's all cool. You know, they're self-employed. Well, go and do what you want. But it does tickle me a little bit with the amount of excuses, and just when you think you've heard them all, someone comes out with an absolute classic. Some of them I won't read out because they're not suitable for YouTube, so you have to head over to my community tab and have a look for yourself and see what you think. So anyway, so I think there's been a fair few on there. So one of the great ones from one of our lads was, look, he left his boots outside the front door, and the binman took him. He left them out there to dry, and the binman took him, and he couldn't come and work that day. I can't remember who that was, but it was one that sort of stuck in my brain. So but anyway, so DB_0042 says, got to take my cat to the vet, it's been unwell all night. Not really quite sure how you tell when a cat is unwell, but that's quite a familiar one that we hear from time to time. So Clive Hyde, 1756, train had a puncture. That one did tickle me, to be honest. Wes Walker, 7509, yours is not suitable to read out on YouTube, so if you want to know which one that is, head to the community page and have a look. Lawrence-LD2P0, my granddad is in a coma and wants to see me. You can sort of get them sometimes, the classic. Nan or granddad has passed away, which is obviously an upsetting time in anyone's life, but then they sort of have 4 or 5 granddads or nans. So, Mark Morgan 6231, won't be in Monday. Wales just qualified for the Euros. We're going on a European tour. Not sure I entirely understand that one. Someone may have to explain that one to me. Dex.304, their choice if they are self-employed. You ain't their boss. They've got lives, you know. I didn't say I had a problem with it. I just said I found it funny. So, Nigel Caves 9046, can't come in, mum's in hospital, and then the mum turned up on site looking for her lad who had been away, who had been out all weekend and hadn't returned home. So, Liam-WD9QZ, I can't come in today, I've got the shits. Absolute classic, get that all the time, the old 24-hour bug. Just absolutely amazes me. But anyway, you know, my dad's been threatening to write a book on all the excuses he's heard over the years, but we haven't got round to it yet. So someone also posted a couple of questions as well in the question and answer section that I suggested. So I'll just run through them quickly. How do subbies fight back against large developers and or principal contractors when it comes to money and unreasonable expectations? I'm not entirely sure what you mean, to be perfectly honest with you. I do think that if you do certain type of work for these massive sort of developers, or not so much developers, but these people that take on an entire project and they're main contractors and they're doing it for a client as opposed for themselves. So they might be building hospitals or schools or large apartment blocks. I think you're at massive risk there of them going into administration. We've seen some sort of large household names over the last few months really sort of go into administration, leaving a lot of subcontractors, a lot of employees out of pocket and out of work. So we work with people that we work with for a long period of time, and we tend to invoice sort of fortnightly or monthly, and therefore the amount of money outstanding is relatively low in comparison to some of these people and some of these types of work, particularly commercial work. Payment days can be 30, 60, 90 days, 90 days, 20, 25 bricklayers on site can add up to an awful lot of money. So we steer clear a little bit of that work, and we'd like to work for the national house builders. It's our bread and butter, and that's our skill set, and that's what we do. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. So Nicholas James, ZZ5BY, a new 2-in-1 gang asks for work. Never met them or seen their work before. Take them on price or day work. So majority of our work is on price work. Majority of day work is just our employed apprentices. So regardless of whether it's day work or whether it's price work, there's a certain criteria that obviously people need to hit. We have a very strict quality control process. So all of the lifts in our business are booked in via an app, and then they have to be approved by a member of the senior management team, so myself or one of our 2 contracts managers. And basically, if it doesn't get approved, it doesn't get paid. But we can soon tell, and obviously if someone's new to you, then the site foreman is informed, and then he's designated, keep a close eye on them, and you can soon tell. You can tell by 8:30 if they're any good. That just comes with experience and good foremen and good supervisors. But ultimately, all of our work's relatively local. We know all the sort of good labour and the bad labour, and they sort of do float around from time to time, from place to place. But some people have got bad reputations, and we steer clear of them. So hopefully that answers your question. So that concludes this video. So like I said, I'm off to watch the mighty Arsenal stuff Man United. So that's it for another week. So please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time round. Peace out.